Hi everyone, my name is Michael with Misty Mountains Guiding Service, and today we're going to do a video where I go over the different fly rods that I use and what rod is used for each application, and yeah, we'll just do a brief overview of what to expect if you get in the boat with me. So let's get started. I've got them lined up here, and we're just going to start from top to bottom. I just have the bottom sections here. As you can see, I had a surgery recently, a couple surgeries recently, so that's why we're doing this video in the wintertime when I'm all bound up. But first, we've got the Sage R8 Core. I've actually got a few of these. Had them for a few years. I've got a 6 weight, and this is the 7 weight version. Great rod. I mean, for the money, it's hard to beat an R8. They do have quite the price tag on them, but if you've ever casted one before, you pretty quickly realize why it comes with the price tag that it does. It's definitely worth it in my eyes. If you fish a lot, it's definitely worth upgrading into a rod like this. Or you can book a trip with me, and if you're curious about buying one, let me know, and I will just throw one or two in the boat, and you can fish it for the day. So that's how that works. All right, next we've got the Redington Vise. Cheaper rod by a lot than the R8 Core. Still a quality rod though. The Vices are a great just workhorse. A little on the faster side. I don't love them as much for the trout fishing as I do for the smallmouth fishing, which is what we mostly do at Misty Mountains. So they are a good smallmouth stick. If you're newer, then if you're newer to fly fishing, this is probably the rod, one of the rods you're going to be running. They're easy on beginners, and they're kind of light in the hand. I like that they're a very light blank. So we use the Vices quite a lot. We like those. All right, next we've got a Redington Predator, and just size-wise, the R8 Core and the Redington Vise, those are both 9-foot rods. You can get I think you can actually get both in 10-foot models too, but I don't normally get the 10-foot models. And I'm mostly running 6 and 7 weights and 6 and 7 weights in both of those rods. When we get to the Redington Predator, I do get a little bit bigger in my rod sizes. I don't think I have any 6 weights. I'm height, but mostly what I run is the 7-weight Redington Predator in 9-foot for the smallmouth. It's my workhorse, even more so than the Vices. If there's one rod that's going to make it into the boat, it's a Predator. Just phenomenal sticks. Good fighting butt on them. The cork's quality. Again, a very light blank for the money. So we love the Predators. I've been fishing these for a very long time, and I run these in 7 and 8 weights in my boat. I did say I think I have a 6-weight one of these. I don't think I fish it much, but I do believe it's out there. All right. So then we've got the last one on the rack, and then I got one more after this. This is the Sage Payload. I have a 6-weight payload and a couple 7-weight payloads. I love the 7-weight. The 6-weight's a good stick too, but the 7-weight, oh my gosh, it's an amazing rod. It comes in at 8-foot. What is it? 8 foot 9 inches. Yep. And they like the blank says they like a 200 to 230 grain line. I run the Redington Predator Elites. I think in the 7-weight Predator Elites, you're looking at about in that grain weight range. And the Predators cast good on them. The Outbound Shorts by Rio also cast good on them. I've also cast the Sonar Titan by Scientific Anglers on these a fair bit, and that also runs pretty good. I don't like the coating on them as much, that textured coating. I think it has kind of eaten at my guides a little bit, but aside from that, it is a good line and it runs well. Yeah, this is, as far as my nicer rods go, it's hard not to leave the house without a payload. They pick up line really well. They pick up those real big, these kind of guys. They pick these up real well and cast them and send them, 70 feet right back out there. So gotta love the Predator. All right, Now, this is all smallmouth stuff. When it comes to trout, I mostly run the vices in like a 5-weight model. But I really have been getting a lot more into the carp fishing lately, and I had to kind of modify what I'm doing with my gear for carp because all these rods here are just too fast. They're too fast and they're a little bit too long for the kind of carp fishing I'm doing. I'm not doing spot and stock and wide open, flats or anything. Where I'm at, it's pretty dense, a lot of canopy, a lot of boulders to work around, a lot of deadfall to work around, and having a shorter rod with a strong butt section, and I don't have the tip section on hand, but the tip section of this particular rod is also strong, but it is very light. This is a Fenwick 807. They made these back in the 70s, and you can't really get them anymore unless you're shopping around on the internet. And this rod alone is a good rod to have or to use for the kind of carp fishing I'm doing, but really any glass rod of that era of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and even 80s is going to be a pretty good carp stick as long as you keep it around for the kind of stuff I'm doing anyway, that like 7.5, 8 foot range. If you get into more wide open areas for carp, the 8.5 foot Fenwicks or other fiberglass rods of that era are probably a better bet. And I do have, you can't see them here, but I have a whole wall of old school rods behind me. But I do have a few of the 8.5 footers that I really like for the more open country stuff. But the 807 for me has been a phenomenal carp rod, believe it or not. Old school fiberglass, but we're pulling in, a 35, 40-inch grass carp on these. So it's amazing what they can do. Can't get them anymore, but if you keep an eye out in vintage markets and things like that, you might stumble on one. And if you do, go ahead and pick it up. They're fun. So that's really what I wanted to go over today. Just show you what to expect if you get in my boat as far as rods. Redington and Sage have released some newer rods that I'm probably going to be getting into. They released the R8 Power this year. Looks to be a replacement of the Igniter. I think that'll be a really awesome stick for the more technical conditions. They also came out with the Redington Big Game rod, which is supposed to replace the Predator in freshwater applications. I haven't casted it yet, so I'm really interested to see how that goes. But I think it's going to be a cool replacement, and yeah, I think it'll fit great in the lineup. Hopefully they come out. I love the payloads, but I'm really excited to see a replacement of the payload in the next year or two, hopefully. So I run Redington and Sage because they've always been phenomenal rods for me. I rarely have anything break, believe it or not, as much as I fish and as much as I put these in client hands. I'm rarely replacing stuff, and the quality for the price is just unmatched, if you ask me. So if you're ever in the market for rods, I recommend Sage and Redington above pretty much all else. And I recommend that you go either down to Readings Fly Shop in Lebanon, or better yet, the brand new White Buffalo Fly Shop in Rolla, Missouri, and have Dan take care of you down there. He's got an awesome new shop, a lot of space to just live, eat, and breathe fly fishing in there. He's got rod building setups, he's got fly tying setups in there, where you can just go hang out, have a cup of coffee or beer, and kick back and shop and talk fly fishing. So yeah, go check out some rods over there, and call up good old Michael here at Misty Mountains. I'm going to be running trips starting mid-April, so if you're in the market for a good smallmouth trip on the Gasconade or the Merrimack, or if you got something else in mind that's a little more on the down low side that you're interested in doing, feel free to ask me and we'll get something set up. So great, thanks for watching.